come true. Daydreaming on a cloud with you like horizon. With you tonight is on an island.
Hey babes, it's me Zion today. I'm back with another video. So I do want to get into making, like, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like, I'll call it big sis type of advice. I want to make videos where I'm helping people. It can be girls younger than me or women older than me, because sometimes we're not taught things that I feel like we should be taught growing up. And for me, I feel like a lot of things I had to understand myself, and I don't want people to go through that. So hopefully my videos can help to educate and also help women to be able to get certain things, especially about our bodies, and then also even about like growing up or moving out and things like that. So if you guys need like big sis advice, then that is what I'm here to kind of give. And fun fact, I'm a big sister, I'm the oldest, so I really am fond of helping people and being there for people and making the mistakes first to also help others. But I am going to be talking about periods, as you guys seen by the title. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing like a period advice type of video and like different tips and tricks to deal with cramps. So if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also don't forget to comment down different girl talk topic ideas. So like dealing with toxic environment, dealing with relationships, things like that, so I can have an idea of what to post about. But I'm going to get started. So to start, like a little background, if you don't know what your period is, then this is real beginner. I'm gonna give you guys like the textbook definition of a period. So we're gonna start for people who have no clue what it is. If you're a younger girl on here, or if you even get your period but you don't necessarily know what it's for, it literally says menstruation, which is also another word for your period, is a woman's monthly bleeding. When you menstruate, your body discards the monthly buildup of the lining of your uterus, womb. Menstrual blood and tissue flow from your uterus through the small opening in your cervix and pass out your body through your vagina. As women, we go through it all, right? So that's like the textbook definition. But if you did click on this video, I feel like you have an idea of what a period is, and you probably have it, because in this video I am going to be talking about ways to like deal with painful periods, because that is something I've dealt with my entire life, and I very much did not like it, and I don't want people to go through that as much as we all have to. I have like several tips on how to get through it, you know? So I got my period in like 6th grade. I think I was like 13, 14, something like that. Mind you, we're going through women body changes at such a young age. When you get your period so young, I feel like you also are so young and don't know what's going on half the time. Like you can't really handle what's going on in your body. So I know back then I was going through it. Like it was to the point where it was so bad. I have cramps so bad I would want to, yeah, y'all already know. If y'all know the pain of a period, especially as a kid having it, y'all know like it is not, like it's unspeakable kind of. Something that I did have to work on to make my period feel slightly better, and I do want to also mention, when I got older, my period slightly got a little easier. It's not as painful, but it is still painful, but it did get a lot easier. So something I had to do was change my mental. Your mind really plays a role in everything. When I started preparing myself for my period and telling myself my period was coming, because guess what, it's gonna come every month, unless if it doesn't, then yeah, we should talk about it. But it's the idea that basically a period's gonna come every month. So I wanted to stop in and also say, if your period does not come a month, you may not possibly be pregnant. There's also some other things that could be going on. So you do want to make sure you're consulting with your doctor and getting checked out if your period is irregular, or if you're not getting your period but you're not pregnant. So automatically don't think pregnancy, you know, but maybe. But for real, you do want to check with your doctor to make sure that everything is okay if you're not getting your period. The inevitable. So you might as well start training your mind to be ready for it instead of being scared of it or being annoyed or angry by it. Because when you change your mental, you go into it with a better mindset. Something else I suggest is hot baths. If you're not someone who's able to do hot baths, hot showers do work the same, but being able to soak in a hot bath does help. I use Dr. Teal's salt and bubble bath, and they specifically have one for menstrual periods, and I should be showing you guys. If not, it should be coming up soon. But I used the menstrual one and I liked it. I honestly was using any one, and you can also use the Walmart brand of Epsom salt. That's basically what it is. If you want to make your own, there's probably videos on TikTok on how DIYs, because it's just herbs and Epsom salt. and soaking in that heat helps your body when you're on your period. So you want to have heat. And just to lead into the next thing, I would say a heating pad. If you don't have a heating pad, I know there's several different ways to go about a heating pad, so you can also look those up. Just know, even if you can't afford something, there are a lot of DIYs, especially in our age, like our day of age. Like, there's a lot of ways to get around things and do things in a more affordable manner. I wear loose clothing. I would not wear tight jeans on your period. I would not wear anything tight. I will put on sweatpants. Mind you, I wear sweatpants every single day. But on my period, I'm specifically wearing sweatpants. So just wear loose clothing to help, and nothing tight around that area because it's going to be in pain. And then you're putting something extremely tight on it. It's like a double whammy. It's not gonna help assisting you in dealing with your pain. Next, I would say change frequently. I feel like you should be changing your pad at least, it is up to your flow, but at least 3 to 6 times a day. More than 3. I can't tell you specifically, but as you get full, some people might change it by the hour. Some people might change every 2 hours. It just depends on how full it gets and how much you're bleeding and how heavy the flow is for you to change it. But you do not want to keep a pad on all day. And you do not just want to change your pad once in the middle of the day. And specifically, if you're someone who can't really afford pads or anything like that, I would go to Dollar Tree. I would go to Walmart specifically. But if you can't, Dollar Tree, everywhere has pads, okay? The most that you're going to have to deal with is changing your pads more frequently because the material is not as great as maybe a name brand pad. But you can go to a lot of, you don't have to be getting name brand. You don't have to be getting all these expensive stuff. You just have to work with what you can get. So these are the pads I use, and when I tell y'all, when I started using these pads, I literally did not feel cramps the second day of my period. And I used to be someone who I could feel the cramps of my period extremely painful up until about the 5th day. And my period is usually about 5 to 6 days. As I gotten older, it's been more in the 4 to 5. But I know when I was younger, it used to be like damn near up to 7 days. So your period could range from 2 days to 7 days more, but on average it's around 5 or 4. But mine has gone down since I gotten older, so I'm happy about that, but it still be a little painful. So I live by these now. Ever since I got them, my cramps have been minimized, and I just want to share that with you. So this is going to be the Always Pure Cotton Flex Foam. No matter what time of my period I'm in, I always use 5. If whatever is their largest size, that is the one that I'm going to use, because growing up, I always had a mess in my underwear on my bed. Even now, like, I feel uncomfortable because I feel like I can't move a lot. So I just get the longest, the widest one they have so that I don't have accidents all over my clothes. So this is going to be linked in my Amazon store. You guys can see it in my description. So if you guys want to purchase, be sure to check that out. And so when I used to get bad periods, I know some people go to the doctors and they suggest birth control. That's just something I've never been interested in or wanted. And something else that she did suggest, if you want to do that, then I would say to talk to a doctor. But for me, she also suggested taking ibuprofen. I take ibuprofen. I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna put the disclaimer in. Talk to your doctor before doing anything. I take ibuprofen for a period. I think that's what you're supposed to take, which is also Motrin. I believe name brand is Motrin. She told me to start taking the ibuprofen before my period actually starts coming or showing, basically bleeding is there. And if I feel cramps, to take it, because it starts your body, the pain is already coming, so you might as well take the medicine. You don't have to wait for your period to come to actually take the medicine, and that's what I would do. I would wake up in the night, and basically my period would start when I fell asleep, and by the morning I done went through 8 hours of pain. And now when I take the medicine, it takes way more longer to get into my body. So take the medicine before, if you feel your period, or if you have a Flow app or something like that. I use Flow. This is not sponsored, but I use Flow. So if you have that app and it tells you your period is coming, most of the time it's accurate. Next up, I would suggest, they say raspberry products are very good for your period cramps. I'm not sure, like, in a sense of like scientifically how that is, but they make raspberry tea for your period, and I've taken it and it has helped. But I mean, you may be able to take any tea, but they specifically has raspberry tea for your period. Or I also drink just the raspberry tea leaf. So it's like, I don't know if it's my mind telling me it helps or if it really helps, but I know I've seen people talk about raspberry products helping when it comes to your cramps in your period. When I do have the heating pad on me, because it helps with cramps, I have one that massages and heats up at the same time. But what I also do is shake my leg and move my body. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't try to stay still. I try to move. Even if I move my stomach and like rotate and like do circles when I have the heating pad, because it kind of moves my body around. It doesn't keep me constricted. So it's like I'm moving through the cramps, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to demonstrate it, but it's just moving my legs and my body and my area so that I can feel less restricted. Like when you get in a hot tub, your body is releasing the stress. That's kind of what I'm trying to do when I'm moving my body. And it also helps with cramps instead of just laying there with a heating pad. Like I said, I don't know how truthful this is, but eating chocolate for me makes my cramps feel less. I literally remember one time eating chocolate ice cream and I could not stop eating it because it was making my stomach not hurt. Like it was like magic. It really felt weird, but I, on deck, have chocolate almond Hershey bars in my refrigerator because I like them cold when I'm on period. I don't know what it does, but it really helps. The chocolate helps. I don't know if that's true or false, but for me, that's something that you should try and let me know if it works. Let me know when I tell y'all it works in the comments if when y'all get your period and try this, because I have been going through it for a long time and I have built up all these hacks and ways to deal with it because it was unbearable and I was not having it for the rest of my life like that. And another weird thing that I do that I see on TikTok, I was so mad because I'm like, how does TikTok know what you're doing in real life without you letting people know? But when I get my period, I like to lower the dosage as I keep going. Like the first day I might take a certain amount, then the next day I'll take one less pill and go like that, because I also try to train my body to not depend on medicine. But that first day there's absolutely no way. I tried it once because I was on antibiotics one time and you're not necessarily supposed to mix ibuprofen, but I got my period and that was the worst pain of my life. So I'm going to take that medicine the first day at least. But I try to work through it and get my body to understand like medicine is not always going to be here in terms of like I can't always cover it up. So I try to deal with it, and moving around helps. Going outside helps. Walking around helps. So that's another suggestion if you don't want to get dependent on medicine. And your body could also get dependent if you constantly taking the same medicine, same dosage all the time. So you don't want your body to become dependent, because then you're gonna feel the pain even when you take the medicine. But not to be funny, but I genuinely mean this when I say this. I need you to breathe, okay? Holding your breath is not good for pain, and breathing through the pain will help. Yeah, you hear them say it when people have a baby, go through labor, to breathe, because you holding your breath is not helping the pain, it's making it worse. So just breathe and try to take naps, because once you put that heating pad on, start shaking your body, put on a nice show, set the vibe in your room, turn the lights off, put your favorite YouTube, Netflix show on, and go to sleep. Because what I can say is sleeping through the pain is not as much as staying up through the pain. So now when it comes to like the hygiene part of your period, I would suggest showering day and night. I am someone, I only get in the shower at night. Sometimes I get in the morning. It's usually at night, and then I freshen up in the morning pretty much. But I would suggest on your period to get in the shower day and night. You will just feel a lot better. It opens you up. A nice hot shower after sleeping all night with a pad on. It will just make you feel a lot better. I highly suggest using peppermint soap. I use peppermint soap as my base in terms of what cleans my body, and it just makes you feel 100% clean, like everywhere. And when you're on your period, you know you feel like yucky a little bit, so peppermint soap really cleans you, even if you only use that for your period hygiene routine and just stick with something else for your regular hygiene routine. I highly suggest peppermint soap, and then following up with like a body wash to make you smell good and feel better. Cottonelle, I don't know if it's coming out. So I use Cottonelle wipes. I didn't make sure the wipes say no scent. I don't like fresh scent, so I make sure it doesn't even say fresh scent. These better not play me, but these are no scent the last time I checked. So I use these when you're on your period, to use these and then use a tissue, like to just get extra clean and not have a lot going on, because you're gonna have a lot going on during this time. Proper way to discard of a pad. I don't use a tampon. I forgot to mention that. I don't use tampon, so I don't know nothing about no tampon. I don't have the joy of even wanting to try that. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. So I don't know nothing about that. But with a pad, I would say get a pad. You open it. You get your old pad. You roll it up. You put it in the wrapper of your new pad, and then you roll that up. Put tissue around it, and then I have these little I have these little bathroom bags that I use, and I tie up my pad and put it in the trash can. And I live with my boyfriend, so I don't like to leave that around because that's a lot to be smelling. I hate the smell, but it's a lot to be smelling even for yourself. But even when you live with people, you want to be like, you know, considerate. Like, that doesn't smell good, to be very honest. Like, you want to wrap it up as much as possible, even in public, because there's grown women who just leave their pads out when I go to a grocery store bathroom. And that's why I don't like going to the grocery store bathroom, because come on. I will also say, when it comes to the shower, I need you to take that shower and be the best shower of your life. I need you to exfoliate. I need you to do your feminine wash, your peppermint soap, your regular body wash that smells good, your brush. I need you to give yourself like the shower of your dreams when on your period, because it just honestly makes you feel better. And then you getting out that hot water in the morning and then going to work or whatever you do for the day, and then at night before you go to bed, you're clean, you feel good. Like, I suggest making that shower of your dreams. Next, I suggest wearing cotton underwear. I know y'all want to be cute, but it ain't time to be cute, okay? Cotton underwear from Walmart. The big briefs, yeah, grandma pant, yeah, those. I highly suggest those for your period. Do not be having no silk, no pink, no Savage X Fenty. No, that you could say that for later. You need some free cotton panties for your period, okay? You want also another suggestion. I use period diapers. I don't know if they're necessarily called period diapers. Like, Always has a brand, but they're mad expensive, but they do have cheaper options where you can just use it. People use it for older people, but guess what? We about to use them too. No offense. Like, no offense. I hope nobody takes offense to that. But yeah, I highly suggest diapers, especially at night. Some people wear them through the day. I don't really feel too comfortable wearing that throughout the day, so I just wear cotton underwear on my pad when it's during the day. But at night for sure, because I'm someone, as a kid, every pair of underwear I had would always get ruined. Every pair. I would wake up to, like, it looked really bad. Like, it looked like something bad happened. And ever since finding diapers, I feel a lot better. I used to have white sheets at one point, so I would be terrified to mess up my sheets. But I just highly suggest wearing a diaper for bed so you can move, feel free, don't feel restricted. And just feel free, because you're on that time. It's just a lot going on for you. Those are all my suggestions when it comes to your period, and I hope that you guys very much enjoyed this video and learned something new from this video. If you did, please let me know below, and if you guys try anything, please come back and let me know. Also, comment down videos, topics that you want me to talk about. I plan to be out dealing with toxic family, growing up very sheltered, social anxiety as a black girl. I have a lot of ideas, but I want to know exactly what you guys want to hear and learn from me, because I also want to be able to help, like I said, younger girls and older women. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to always check out my community tab, because I'll be talking to you guys over there. I am going to be very active on there in order to talk to you guys, and in my comments I'm going to be answering all comments. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and share this with someone who needs to see this, or someone you feel like needs this type of advice in their life. And I will see you guys in the next video.